In a peaceful village in old Japan, there lived a salt trader named Kenji. Kenji was a simple man who worked from sunrise to sunset. To help him with his work, he had sturdy grey donkey. Every morning, Kenji would load heavy sacks of white salt onto the donkey's back. Together, they walked many miles to the big town market. The road was long and dusty. The sun was often very hot. The donkey was strong, but he was also very lazy. He did not like the heavy weight on his back. He often dreamed of the way to make his work disappear. One afternoon, a large tree fell and blocked their usual path. Kenji decided to take a new way through the shallow river. As they walked through the cool, splashing water, the donkey foot slipped on a smooth stone. He sat down deep into the river. By the time the donkey stood back, he felt wonderful change. The sacks on his back felt much lighter. He did not understand that the salts melt in water, but he knew he felt better. He trotted the rest of the way to the market with a big smile. The next day, the donkey wanted the same feeling. When they reached the river, he did not slip by accident. He waited until they were in the deepest part, and then he sat down on purpose. He stayed there for a long time. When he stood up, the salt was much less again. The donkey felt very clever. I have found a secret, he thought. The water is my friend. It takes away my heavy load. Kenji was a patient man, but he was not foolish. He saw that his salt sacks were half empty when they reached the town. He watched the donkey's eyes and saw a sneaky look. He knew the donkey was playing a trick to avoid hard work. Kenji went to visit a wise Zen master who lived on a hill. He explained his problem. Master, my donkey sits in the water to make his load light. I am losing my salt and my money. What should I do? The Zen master closed his eyes. He sat in silence for many minutes. Finally, he spoke in a soft voice. The donkey thinks the river only takes things away. He doesn't know that the river can also give. To teach him, you must change what he carries. Tomorrow, do not give him salt, give him wool. The next morning, Kenji bought large bags of dry, unspun wool. Wool is very light and fluffy. When Kenji put the bags on the donkey, the animal was happy. Today is the easiest day of my life, he thought. They reached the river. The donkey could not wait to play his trick. He marched into the water and sat down as deep he could. He waited and waited, expecting the wool to melt away, just like salt. But the wool is different from salt. Instead of melting, the wool acted like a giant sponge. It soaked up the heavy river water. It drank and drank until every bag was full of water. When the donkey tried to stand up, he could not move. His legs shook and his back bent. The bags were now 3 times heavier than they were at the start. He groaned and struggled, nearly falling over as he climbed out of the mud. The walk to the market that day was very painful. The donkey was wet, cold, and carrying a massive weight. Kenji walked beside him and said quietly, "You tried to cheat the work, but now the work is much harder." The donkey finally understood. He realized that shortcut often leads to big troubles. From that day on, he stayed on the dry road and carried his salt with a proud heart. If you try to cheat your work to make it easier, you often end up making it much harder for yourself. The honest path is always the easiest road to walk.